Smiley from the Energy Boutique with your energy forecast for Friday, July 21st. So today we have the moon in Virgo all day. So we're definitely grounded. We're definitely stuck in our physical bodies, stuck in our physical realms. We have to be present in the here and now in order to identify the problems, and in which case this Virgo energy is here to help solve them. We're looking to heal a couple of things. We're looking to create order in our inner realm where there's been a lot of mental and emotional chaos. It's going to prove to be a very interesting day to try and do all of those things, seeing as this is the last day of Cancer season. And this is also the last day that Venus will be direct, which means that we're in the final degrees of Cancer energy, which always brings an intensity. That 29th degree always kinds of brings this full season to a complete closure. And all of the little lessons that we were supposed to learn throughout Cancer season, they are getting all kind of smushed up in one entire ball, wrapped with a pretty little bow on it. And not that I want to say we've all had the same experience, but Cancer season has been very emotional, very depressive, very heavy, very weighted. We've been illuminated to where it is that we have to build better foundations in our lives, especially when it comes to taking care of ourselves. It has illuminated some inner child wounds, some power struggles in the home environment. And we're really kind of recognizing where it is that we've been overly attached to keeping things the same. And of course, creating obstacles and challenges for our progress in doing just that. And so we are kind of summarizing the whole Cancer season in its entirety, wrapping it up in these final degrees, which of course is going to really apply a different level of pressure than we have been experiencing throughout Cancer season. And of course, when any planet is stationed, preparing to go retrograde, this is like a standstill that doesn't feel good. There's like a nervous energy, like a jitteriness, if you will. We don't know what to expect. We don't know where we're going. There's a new level of confusion that gets put on us when a planet is stationed because it's not moving forward. It's not moving back. It's just standing there, taking it all in. We are essentially watching Venus and the parts of us that Venus rules over be drugged. We're about to move into the unconscious realm of our thoughts, of our ideas, of our memories, and go through this huge reevaluation of who and what makes us happy, who and what we actually want to pursue. This is going to be a true reorganization of who it is that we are, what it is that we want, and what it is that actually means the most to us. And as we kind of stand on the edge of the cliff right now, preparing to go retrograde, there's a lot of uneasy energies coming up here today. So just pace yourself and understand that there are 9 different aspects. 7 of them involve the moon, and the 2 that do not involve the moon are going to be pretty intense. A little bit of a doozy, if I do say so myself. So let's jump into it. First of all, we have the moon in Virgo energy sitting across, directly opposing Saturn, the Lord of Karma, who is retrograde in the Pisces energy. Pisces, Virgo energy are the healing axis. Virgo energy focuses in on the smaller little habits that we have where our physical and mental health are concerned. That Pisces energy rules over the emotional and spiritual healing that is needed. And of course, Saturn is there to bring us a little bit of a reality check, bring us down a couple of pegs in order for us to realize what it is that we have to let go of, what it is that we have to close the door on, especially when it comes to old beliefs, old dreams, old visions, old goals. We are definitely repairing part of us that is going to illuminate what it is that we're no longer in alignment with. And of course, the moon in Virgo energy just wants to get down to the nitty gritty details of our inner realms, of our inner narrative, of the limiting beliefs that are currently holding us back and preventing us from actually moving forward. The moon is going to come up to, bump into, team up with Mars, the god of war, ruling over our physical energy, our drive, our passion, our desire, even our anger, who of course is in this Virgo energy attempting to heal the masculine energy that we all have within us, really kind of getting rid of those darker parts, that pain, that trauma, those wounds that we have been essentially acting out of. Mars being in this Virgo energy is attempting to not only heal, but to pursue, really make some good progress, if you will, in piecing together what needs to be cleared away in order for us to have a clean slate to start building the new upon. Well, the moon interacting with Mars, this can go one of two ways. We're either inspired, motivated, determined, very clear on what needs to be done with a new mission, a new purpose, a new goal, a new vision, or we could be agitated as F. We could be edgy, restless. We could have some anxiety. We could have bursts of frustration and anger rise to the surface. And a lot of that is having, well, not a clear purpose, not a clear mission, not a clear goal. And we are definitely going to be realizing over the next coming of weeks, especially with Venus going retrograde, what it is that we need to do, what it is that we want to do, what it is that our purpose, our mission, our path, our direction actually is. So there is a little bit of edginess, whether positive edginess, really anticipating, being motivated and pursuing a new path, that excitement, if you will, or just plain and simple frustration, just tired of not knowing what to do, where to go, and where we're supposed to be pouring our time and our energy into. Venus, the goddess of love, beauty, worth, pleasure, money, in the heart and soul of the zodiac in this Leo energy, as I previously mentioned, is standing still. She's preparing to go retrograde. Well, Venus is going to be interacting with the sun in these final degrees of Cancer energy, which should show us a good example on what it is that we really have to step back, observe, reevaluate, reorganize, and restructure, especially when it comes to our basic needs, when it comes to taking care of ourselves, when it comes to really re-identifying who and what deserve our time, our energy, our attention. So of course, the sun shining a bright light in this Cancer energy on the foundation that needs to be built in order to help us stabilize, ground, feel safe and secure in our here and now. But emotionally speaking, we're very, very shaky. We're very unstable due to this stationary standstill. And therefore, we can feel very real and raw and vulnerable, insecure, defensive, overly protective. And that is never a really good vibe. Very, very much not the best feeling. Well, the moon in Virgo is going to step in here and help us out a little bit, because the moon in Virgo is going to trine, which is a beautiful energy, with Jupiter, the planet of growth, expansion, beliefs, abundance, and blessings, who's in this Taurus energy. This is what gives us our trine. We get earth on earth harmonization here, blending, giving us a gentle push forward, if you will. Emotionally speaking, this is where we flip the script. We've been feeling a little bit not so hot, a little bit not so safe and secure and stable. Well, Jupiter, the great cheerleader that he is, brings a level of confidence and optimism back into the game. And realistically speaking, Jupiter wants to show us where there's an opportunity for growth, for healing, for progress, especially in rearranging our physical realm, where routines, relationships, money matters, long-term goals are concerned. And having this infusion, if you will, of positivity is exactly what we need in order to see that the darkness, the funk, isn't going to have a hold on us for very much longer. Well, we spoke too soon. Just a couple hours later, the moon is going to semi-square with the sun. A semi-square is a little bit of a tension point, illuminating a little bit of a conflict on where it is that we are resisting change. Of course, the moon, who represents the past, and the sun, who represents the future. The sun is shining in the final degrees of this Cancer energy, really driving home the life lessons that we should have been learning through this Cancer season. And the moon in Virgo energy holding on very, very tightly to old narratives, old programming, old conditioning. This is going to illuminate where the old narratives, programming, and conditioning is essentially cluster effing our energy and our efforts to break free from the past, to break free from the attachments, to really let go to some of the things that we've been desperately holding on to in order to build a brand new foundation, structure, routine for us to move forward with. So the illumination kind of shows us the overlap, which is the here and now. And we're recognizing the habits that are no longer serving us, especially where our mental plane is concerned, and where it is that letting go and detaching from people, places, ideas, possessions, and things are absolutely necessary for us to actually I'm going to say break away from the old mold of who it is that we've been and the reality that we've created in order to create the space and clean the slate for us to actively start piecing together this new identity and therefore new values, new priorities, new foundations, routines, and structures that we have to implement in order to take care and protect ourselves. The moon is going to make a positive interaction with Chiron, the wounded healer, who is in this Aries energy. And we love this because the Virgo energy heals, transforms, fixes, solves whatever problems, whatever issues that are coming into our awareness. So emotionally speaking, this is a time where we are understanding our strength, where we're understanding the power that we have, the power to flip the script, the power to change the narrative, the power to focus on new goals. This is an illumination on where it is that, yes, the old version of ourselves built the certain circumstances that we are currently trying to break away from, but that should be pure indication enough that we had the power to create a realm and a reality that we once really dreamed of, that A, right now we are no longer in alignment with, B, that we've outgrown, and C, that we completed certain life lessons, certain soul contracts, certain tasks. So this is an illumination on where it is that we are seeking to continue to grow and seeking continuation of healing, where it is that we are seeking to do better, continuously improving our situation, especially where our emotional and mental realms are concerned. The moon will then interact with Pluto. Normally, I enjoy the moon in Virgo interacting with Pluto, the great transformer himself, who just happens to be retrograde in this Capricorn energy. Normally, I enjoy this because Pluto energy deals with the psyche, and Virgo energy deals with the lower level intellect that our egoic avatar depends on for information, data, and opinions, basically. When we have the opportunity of the moon in Virgo interacting with Pluto, normally we unearth some topics, some themes, some memories, some pain, some wounds, some trauma that have us in a disempowerment state of being. And normally speaking, we address these concerns, we're able to solve them, we're able to flip the script, we're able to boss up, we're able to take power back, we're able to really override that narrative and find ourselves in a more empowering situation. This time though, just because the different layers of intensity coming at us here today, I don't think we are going to be so successful in flipping the script so quickly. I think we're actually going to have to sit in the funk. I think we're actually going to have to turn some, theoretical rocks over and really look at the goo, at the functionality of what it is that we're unearthing. I don't know that we're going to resolve these issues fast. I don't know that we have the capability to flip the script in a timely manner. This is going to play into a little bit of part and parcel that the moon goes ahead and interacts with the North Node now in Aries energy, creating a little bit of a disconnect, a little bit of a detachment. Why? Because we haven't acclimated to this energy yet. We haven't adjusted to this new path, this new direction, this new tenacity, this new aggression that we need to stand in order to be the spiritual warrior, to break free from the old habits, the old circumstances, the old construct of our lives, and actually make some progress in moving forward. And so the real kicker here of why it is that I think we're going to have to sit in the funk is because the sun in the final degrees of Cancer energy is going to sit across from and directly oppose Pluto, the great transformer. Now let's just say that this is going to trigger, this is going to activate, this is going to unearth a lot of very deep, dark, unresolved pain, trauma, memories, situations, whatever the case may be. There's going to be some funky feelings that get unearthed here, and we're not going to be able to sort through it, to process it, to flip the script as fast as we would like. And so now we're going to become fixated because we do have a tendency with both the Pluto energy that is overly obsessive and the Virgo energy that is borderline obsessive and fixated as well until we can solve the issue and move on. We are going to be very consumed, if you will, with whatever gets triggered and activated and whatever is coming up within our inner realm. This is going to be very uncomfortable. There's a reason for this, but it also brings us into a new awareness. We see things from a different set of eyes. Now, this may feel like a boiling point. This may feel like a crossroads point. Maybe because we've been on edge, or maybe because we're not really sure what we're supposed to be doing, and maybe because there's this layer of confusion and intensity that we are just feeling like we're backed into a corner. Maybe there is some drama taking place in our physical realms, or in our inner realms for that matter. Maybe we are just having some aha moments, some epiphanies on where it is that we feel out of control and powerless. Okay? Doesn't feel good to recognize those particular states of being. So however this manifests, there is going to be a certain battle royale between the light energy and the dark energy. Neither is good, neither is bad. Both are necessary in order for us to find the middle ground. But it's going to be a tough topic and theme to actually navigate. And the external situations, the external forces are going to constantly be pushing us into a awareness on where it is that we don't have control, where it is that we do crave control, and where it is that now we have to plan and strategize on how it is that we are going to boss up, take control, take our power back, and actually lead the charge, if you will, in the narrative, in the storyline of our lives. But we are kind of in a fear-based perception, a fear-based energy, an insecure energy, a vulnerable energy. The last thing that we want to do is react out of ego, because that's a pain and trauma reaction, which isn't going to bode very well for us. What we have to do is act as the observer. We're not even in a situation to kind of respond, if you will, from our higher self, from our observer self. All we need to do right now is stand back, detach, and observe what is going on. So it is going to be a little bit of a thick funk here today, but we need this activation, we need this awareness, we need this triggering in order for us to put us in the right mind frame as we enter into the shadow realm of our experiences when Venus actually goes retrograde.